forecast. Here's KATC meteorologist Daniel Phillips.
Storms have been making their way across parts of Texas here today, kind of giving a sneak peek as what's on the way for us here locally. This is all going to be arriving sort of late Saturday night with the earliest round of everything, and then really kind of ramping up as we get into Sunday afternoon. You've seen watches, you've seen warnings out over through Texas, big-time thunderstorms producing big-time hail. That system will take its time in making its way towards us, but eventually it does do so. And as it does, it's going to be interacting with an atmosphere that has a lot of energy. You're going to notice that buildup of energy as we get into tomorrow. Those winds are going to swing. They'll be from out of the north. Today, they'll be southerly by the end of the day. Tomorrow, it's going to be warming us up. We'll be in the upper 70s again. Really, really sticky outside by tomorrow afternoon. So we do have a marginal risk of some severe weather for tomorrow. And what that means is, similar to yesterday, some of the thunderstorms in Texas will have the ability to spill over into Louisiana. There'll be isolated storms. It won't be too widespread, but the storms that do get going will have the capability to really tap into a lot of that energy. Then the risk slides westwards and into our area where things are really going to ramp up. Almost all the ingredients you need for severe weather are going to be in place. So we've got an enhanced risk of some of that severe weather here locally, just north of us though, and you're really talking maybe even the northern extent of Evangeline Parish and Rapides Parish out into central Mississippi and Alabama, a moderate risk, and we're several days out. So this warning is very strong for the Storm Prediction Center. We're going to be on the lookout for damaging winds, large hail similar to yesterday, and then add on top of it the possibility for some long track tornadoes, some very violent thunderstorms in the mix as well. Through most of tomorrow, it will stay quiet. Clouds will kind of build a little bit later on in the afternoon. We may get a little sunshine in the morning. Again, we'll be warming up. We're going to be heating up, destabilizing the atmosphere. Once you start to see thunderstorms popping on the radar, watch them very closely because they'll have the capability to really blow up and get going in a hurry. We saw that yesterday, and we could end up seeing that again tomorrow. We'll work our way through into Sunday. Now, Sunday morning, you'll see the showers to the west as well as to the north. By noon, I imagine the watch is up for Acadiana. Once that happens, pay close attention again to the leader thunderstorms. The cells that develop out ahead of that main line will have the capability of becoming supercells. You may not see them on these models. They're going to be very small feature type storms. If you start to see them, that's where you're going to get the tornado threat and the hail threat. If you end up not seeing those and you just see one long band of showers and thunderstorms on the way, you're probably going to be seeing a damaging wind event on the magnitude about 60, 70 mile an hour winds. So those are going to be the things to watch how they evolve as you go through the day on Sunday. Good looking weather for Monday, though, and the rest of that week. These are our threats. Damaging winds, tornado, hail. I don't think flooding going to be much of an issue. Now, when it rains, it is going to rain very, very hard. It's just not going to rain all that long. The tornado and the hail threat will exist with those supercells. Now, they'll carry those damaging winds, obviously, with them as well. Now, that's mostly a Sunday afternoon thing. As we get into the evening, those supercells will have pushed their way towards the east, but that main line swings through, and that could bring in some damaging winds into our area. And so that's why the wind damage will probably stretch a little bit on. And then if you do see flooding, it kind of comes towards the end after you've seen it rain for a while. But again, I don't think we really have much of a flooding concern. 55 degrees for your overnight low tonight. It's chilly. And to early tomorrow morning, quickly warms up to about 79 degrees. Winds from the southeast, we'll call it 30% chance of showers. But within that 30%, there is a likelihood and possibility that you're going to end up seeing some very violent thunderstorms in those as well. But the day to watch is going to be Sunday. Make sure that you stay vigilant and stay up on the weather all the way through the rest of the weekend. Well, that's a quick look at weather. We got more news coming up right after this.